Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's Throwback Thursday review, it's going to be Kamen Rider Dread Type 0. Now this guy is kind of an interesting throwback because he came out last year, but I just received him this year from THROWBACK, I think that's the company's name. They sent me this and then Kamen Rider Bujin. But yeah, he comes in this nice little shipper box, just a brown cardboard box, the Japanese on the back and then the English on the front. So let's open this up and see him up close. And then here's this box out of the shipper real quick. This is one of the ones that does not have a window box, so better hope everything is good when you open them up. On the side just has a picture of him posed up, a little bit of his hand, and then the S.H.Figuarts logo with what figure he is. Back has a couple poses you can get him into with some of his accessories, warning labels, stuff like that. On the side, just another standing image of the figure, and then another image of the figure up here with his logo up there. So yeah, I mean, I think he looks cool. I haven't watched Gotchard yet. I just thought he looked really neat, so that's why I bought him. And then to get into the figure himself, this is what he looks like out of the packaging. Again, I think this guy looks super cool for like a Kamen Rider design. He's like I'm assuming he's some kind of ninja assassin type guy. It looks like his costume has like a beetle armor-ish type of design. S.H.Figuarts did a nice job making all of the dark blue parts look glossy. I know that SHF Upgrade has stickers you can purchase for him to make these more like a reflective yellowish orangish color, but I think it looks good regardless. Get a closer look at that. It has like sparkles in it up top. And the eyes look really nice, has a nice compound effect. Again, everything is really clean. All of this is plastic, and then these are painted up here. The little rivets, the orange on the back. His scarf is a soft plastic, which is good, and it gets all the way on the ball joint. His belt is painted nicely. Not sure what this is. Maybe that holds like his chemi cards or something. And then his driver on the front is pretty cool, and this moves over. So this is movable. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you could take this off, but looking down at his hands, he's got the claw hands. These are just black with a nice matte and then kind of shiny application on the top, but then matte for the glove piece. And his leg armor looks good, and then his feet look good as well. And then on the back of the figure, you see the wrinkles in the suit, which is really nice. It's pretty cool. And he's a pretty big figure actually, so that's nice as well. So for articulation, even though his head and neck are like above this scarf piece, he only looks up about that much, which isn't a lot, really any at all. He looks down like that much. You can get him to go all the way around. And be careful because these are really sharp and pointy, so if he takes a fall from your shelf, you're probably going to break one of these. Head tilt, I can't get him to really head tilt a lot. Again, the main part of the scarf is a hard piece, and then the flowy bit is soft, but it's not, you know, anything that you can pose up. But it is on a ball joint, so you can kind of wiggle it side from side and then rotate the ball joint to get it to go up and down. His arms, because of the shoulder pads, let's see, can go up not a lot at all. So about this much. That's as far as you're going to get it. He does have a bicep swivel. Does have double jointed elbows, which are kind of blocked by the gauntlet. And you could kind of push the lower joint, and then just to get a little bit more range there. Torso goes back about that much, which isn't a lot because of his back armor. It goes forward a lot more, which is great. You can twist side to side. He can lean side to side, which is good. These portions on the side don't get in the way, neither does his belt. Again, his belt has that gimmick of opening and then closing, which is cool. Doesn't have anything painted here on the front. I think SHF Upgrade Kit gives you something to put here, as well as something to put in this slot too. The legs are on the standard drop down for S.H.Figuarts, but I think it works well for this guy. Allows him to kick forward about that much. If you had it up, it's going to run into it so it doesn't kick up as far. And then it could scuff it up top too, so be careful with that. Double jointed knees, look really good, get better than 90. And then for the feet, they go up about that far, down about that far, and he does have an ankle rocker, which is good, and the toe joint, which is good too. So yeah, this guy is really nice. He doesn't really have a butterfly either. I mean, you can get his arms across his chest, but for sword poses, I mean, you could still get him to hold his sword because he does come with one, but he just doesn't have a butterfly joint to utilize. These shoulder pads really do get in the way. I think you can kind of move them, but they don't offer a ton of extra range. So, but yeah, I think he's good for what he is. Oh, and he also has a thigh swivel, if you couldn't tell. Smooth like butter, works pretty good. Then to get into his accessories, he comes with some interesting ones, and I'll have to watch the show to see more about them, but he comes with a pair of these pistols that are just molded in that navy blue plastic with a little bit of black on there, as on the hilt, and then closer to the barrel, there's no hole where you can put like a blast effect piece or anything like that. So I don't know if in the show it actually looks like this or if they just decided not to put a ton of paint on it, but I think they're sculpted really nicely. At least they put a little bit of paint. And then this is the sword I was talking about. So it has that nice gold hilt, a little bit of black leading up to the sword itself, and the sword is really nice and metallic. No complaints there. Looks like you don't need to pull it apart in order for it to go in his hand, which is good. And then for hands, he comes with the splayed open hands that are on him. Then he comes with fist hands. These trigger finger type hands. And that's for the gun. Another set of trigger finger hands. They look to be a little bit closer together, but you can still wedge the gun in there. I don't really see the difference between these two. Yeah, one's like a little bit closer together than the other one. And then he has some posing hands. So these like splayed out claw posing hands. And these are all nicely sculpted. I'll have the claws on them. That's pretty good. That's all the accessories he comes with. I think it's probably more than enough. If anything, SHF upgrade will give us more things to play around with this guy. But let's get into some size comparisons. So here he is compared to a Jada Toys DJ and then a NECA Leonardo from the movie. I think, once again, he is a taller figure, so I think he looks really good with these guys. And I think the head, too, helps him kind of stand almost toe-to-toe with them, so he looks like an adult in a rider suit. But yeah, I think these guys look good together. And then here he is compared to a Marvel Legends animated series Spider-Man and a Marvel Legends Iron Man. He's standing literally the same height as this Spider-Man, so that's why I know that he's a taller figure. I was honestly surprised that they made him this big. Maybe he is this big in the show, but that's awesome that they didn't shrink him down. Again, his helmet does kind of put him on par with how big this Tony Stark is too, so they look good. And then here he is standing next to Shin Kamen Rider, and then Kuwagata Oger over here. Again, he's taller than both these guys, which is really surprising and really nice. You could still put these two Kamen Riders together and have them fight or be in your display. I still think it'll look good, but it is a nice surprise to see that he's bigger. So for my final thoughts, again, I didn't watch Gotchard yet, but I did like this guy's design when I saw him. He's a ninja, he's got a beetle motif, the different colors on him with the orange bleeding into the yellow or the yellow bleeding into the orange is really cool. He has guns, he has a sword. He's kind of like, in my mind, Ryu Hayabusa as a Kamen Rider. I don't know how close that is to his actual, purpose in the show. He looks like a villain. But yeah, this is pretty sick. If you guys want to know where to get yours, just let me know, and I can figure out if any of the import sites still have them in stock. I know he was a premium Bandai exclusive over here, but he was too expensive, so I decided to import him. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Take care and have a great rest of your day.